Hi everybody, Kelvin here from London. Stereo Review X is my channel. I review vintage stereo most of the time. I'm going to review these today. They're not quite so vintage. They're from 2004 Quad 12L speakers, and just for a bit of compare and contrast across time and cost, I'm going to compare with these Kef chorale from 1978, and also throwing it in, going to do a comparison with these Kef LS50s. These are actually presently available, and they're £800. You can get them second hand for maybe 600, and these you'll get on eBay for something like £100, £120, $150, and you'll get these also for about $150. Yeah. Rated 30 to 200 watts, I think I saw that. Was it 125? I'm not sure. There's a high number anyway. But anyway, good looking things, yeah, real good looking things. Maple, I think these ones are. High gloss, good looking things, stand mounters, yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the sound in detail, and then I'll do a bit of compare and contrast with the other two. So if you don't know, what I normally do is go through 4 songs, and normally I do the same. There's about 6 or 7 songs, but I change them around. I go through 4 songs in detail about how these sound. By the end of that, you'll probably have an idea of what these sound like, yeah, and I'll sum it up for you as well, and we compare it. Anyway, okay. First song I did was Take It Easy by the Eagles. That song has a ton of vocals, if you know it, on the chorus. There's lots of, like, sometimes it's like, feels like there's like 7 or 8 people singing at once, you know what I mean? So it's a real test of that kind of vocal range, yeah? So, these ones, Quad 12L. The E on easy, literally when they're singing it, take it easy, yeah, that E, that long E with tons of people in it, it didn't sound very good, yeah, it didn't have any joy in it, just sounded a little bit off. This Kevlar cone may have something to do with, it's worth noting that cone materials really dictate what something sounds like, yeah? I mean, you can't escape it. You can't tweak it with the box or the crossover. There's a certain characteristic sound signature, people will call it, from the cone or the cone material that will just like pervade, everything. Just as a little experiment or whatever, a bit of it's not even science, to be honest with you, but if I get this pencil and tap this, and I tap this, now that's got a much higher sound. Basically, this plastic on, it's called Bextrine, it's like plastic on a thin thing of foam, rigid foam, but it has a more rigid surface, yeah? And this, which is like woven Kevlar, which we can hear, what its sort of rigidity is when we do that, So the point I'm trying to get to here is the snare drums say on this Take It Easy song, the snare drum here, it just sounded lower, yes, it sounded heavy. And when you play these, it's higher, it's sharper, it's actually more accurate, So I'll get back to what I'm trying to do, get back to my system here. So, Take It Easy. The E on easy didn't have the joy, it didn't sound that good. The snare drum's a bit heavy. The balance is good, the bass is lucid, yeah? There's quite a lot of lucid bass for a thing this size, Not a bad thing. I mean, we're not forgetting, of course, these are available. You can get your hands on these for like $150, and Okay, other important thing, which I would say relates to this cone, not a load of space in the song. Yeah. Now space, that space thing, it's something I really love. I really like to hear the person in a room. Yeah, and I want to sort of hear the micro echoes of the sounds of the guitar and the person, blah blah blah. But I'm getting with this not a lot of space in the sound. Okay, next song, Stevie Wonder, Too High. It's a great song. Vocals again, vocals not in space. I mean, it's basically fine, if you know what I mean. I'm going into small details here. The bass is slightly synthetic. It's something just not sounding properly like a lucid bass guitar. I mean, it's doing all the notes, yeah, it's like doing it. It's like it's delivering, but there's a kind of sheen on it all. You know, there's just a kind of similar sheen across it all that is just, I don't know, but I use the word synthetic, you know. And again, these are details, do you know what I mean? Okay, next song, Alison Krauss, Now That I Found You. Okay, first thing was I put here, it's better than I expected, yeah, because by this time I think I'm getting a bit down on these, yeah. So this song is better than I expected. There's a little wooden sound goes off. It might be someone hitting the back of a guitar, I'm not sure, but it's really definitely wood, and you know, it sounds like wood, yeah. And I know some speakers it doesn't sound like wood. It sounds like wood. It's nicely balanced. Occasionally her vocals have got shrill, and I mean that happened maybe for like 2 or 3 seconds, but there was about 2 or 3 seconds, because I listen to that song all the time on multiple speakers, multiple amps, and there was a little bit there I was like, oh, it definitely stuck out as a sort of shrill moment, you know. And what else have I got here? I just want more space, and I put here, it sounds like it was recorded in a room with heavy furnishings, like heavy, thick carpet and heavy curtains, sound absorbent stuff. Because I'm just not getting the spaces in between everything, yeah? Even though I'm kind of getting everything, but I'm not getting the air, you know? It's just not air. That's kind of a big thing for me. I mean, you know, it may not be a big thing for everyone, but that's a big thing for me. Okay, next song is Black Man, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. Check that song out to try out the bass, yeah, on your speakers or amps, yeah, particularly at the beginning. Now, I've got to say, none of these speakers can do this good. None of them, yeah. It's got real low, funky, funny noises bouncing around. You kind of got to have some serious size in speakers to deliver that. But okay, I'll just get back to what I wrote. It's not giving me the funkiness, yeah. I'm not getting all the bass funky activity, and I've got a little bit of a thing, you know, a bit of a dip in the mid-range, yeah. This is kind of a problem for just tons of two-way speakers, yeah, and in fact it's kind of a problem for this one too, yeah, even though it's £800. It's kind of not such a problem on here. And I'll tell you, here's another interesting thing worth knowing. I mean, both these, this and this, have ports on the back, yeah. So the port basically gives you extra bass coming out. It goes lower, it gives you extra bass coming out the bottom. Now, this thing hasn't got a port. This is what's called a sealed box, right? An infinite baffle, it's also called. So basically, when this cone tries to move, it's fighting against a vacuum. The vacuum, you know, it's literally getting pulled back, yeah? So I'm just kind of making a general point here about ports and infinite baffle speakers, that they tend to be a bit tighter in the bass, yeah? And they also might lose a bit of information and maybe only get the real poke out information, you know, or maybe you have to drive them a bit harder. But what am I saying? What am I saying? I don't know. What am I saying? You know, and then none of these are giving me the bass, right? None of them are giving me the funky bass. But anyway, that's probably about it. So let me do, and I've also got here, not quick enough. It's not reacting fast enough. I think this has just kind of got a heaviness about it. It's not able, this is what I was going on about here earlier, sorry. This is not able to react at speed, yeah? It's just not able to quickly move, whereas the infinite baffled box enables you to, it pulls you back to your original starting position quicker. That's what I was on about. Okay. So let me go, I do a compare, contrast thing, this one and this one. Again, bit of a no contest price wise, right? The other thing I've got to say, none of these were actually really my like go-to speakers, yeah? So I might prefer one to the other, but I'm actually not mad about any of these speakers. Just so you know. Okay, this, compared to this is basically brighter. It's just brighter, it's got more in the middle, it's a bit of a sharper performer, generally speaking, yeah? It's got more of a correct, it's better in the vocals, yeah? It's probably not fantastic in the vocals, but it's better, it's more natural, it's more correct, it's quicker, and it will go deeper, as it should, because it's £800. And this, compared to the Kef chorale, see, so the Kef chorale is not so good at the real low sounds because it can't really do them, and it's not got the aid of the port, which is giving you more low bass. But I would say the snare drum sound is definitely more authentic on there. This probably has less detail overall, and this probably has actually a little bit more of the space, just some more of that top end that gives you space. And if I had to pick between this one and this one, I'd probably just enjoy this one a little bit better, you know, just, you know, if I just plugged them in, I'd probably land up keeping these on. Okay, so just to sum it up, that's what you get. 12L. It's really good looking. It's not expensive. You know, it's not old, so it will still, you know, should go on for another 20 years or something. I would say it's a polite performer. Yeah, that's probably how I would describe it. But it has a little bit of actual kind of edginess, or just at certain vocal frequencies that I personally, that's a no-no for me. Yeah, because I really get joy out of those voices. I just get, you know, that's a big thrill for me to get voices absolutely right. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, do subscribe, send me any information in the comments, and you know, we can share information and find out what sounds good. It's the main thing. Okay, thanks. Bye for now.